Aston Villa fans are currently experiencing the Unai Emery effect that Arsenal fans felt years ago, that Villarreal fans felt years ago, where he has a great kind of good longevity of a season there, and then it all comes crumbling down at the end. Aston Villa, who are fighting for Champions League football within the top four, now top five with the Champions League spots in England this season, having a decent chance in the Champions League. I don't know about decent chance, but having a fighting chance in the Champions League, getting knocked out to PSG, and now they are obviously out of the FA Cup, losing 3-0 to Crystal Palace in the semifinals. Their season is coming crashing down. There's a chance they miss out on Champions League football. There's a chance they miss out on Europa League football, and we'll have to settle for Conference League football for next season. We are not using live start points because the live start points are about 3 weeks too late at the moment. They haven't updated it quite yet. So we're going to jump in here in a brand new season to fix what's going wrong with Unai Emery, and that is his late time season just capitulations. So yeah, what I will say is at the start of this, their defense is definitely the weak point. Their defense is not their strong point. Marcus Rashford was a great addition. Arsenio was a great addition. Daniel Malin was a great addition. Their defense, they didn't really improve on it. They believed in Matty Cash. To be fair, he's 26 years old. He has time to grow. Kans is decent enough. Pau Torres is decent. And Luca Digne is obviously aging. We have Ian Matson, who is decent enough. But yes, so goalkeeper is fine for if we go 1 to 2 seasons, maybe even 3. But with the roughly 90 million, I believe we have, maybe 80 million, something like that, 77 million, we are going to have to spend to improve that back line if we want to have a fighting chance for Champions League football and to maybe win the Champions League in the first season of the rebuild. If you do enjoy these rebuilds, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. The closer we get to 100 subs, the better we can go ahead and get more better quality videos. And in fact, 500 subs is the aim of the goal. Let's go ahead and get into it. And the third player, the first player we bring in is a left back from Bayern Munich. Mr. Alphonso Davies joins Unai Emery in this Aston Villa squad. Welcome to the Premier League, which I could have seen happening, but when he left the MLS, in all honesty, I could have seen that happening. But now he's rumored to possibly joining Real Madrid. But how much does his injury set back that prospect of him joining and leaving Bayern Munich this season? We'll find out in a couple of months' time. But for now, he will join the lands of Aston Villa this season to help defense and help strengthen up their back line for a possible Champions League push. And the second player we bring in is not a permanent one. We go ahead and bring in Nathan Ake from Manchester City on loan for this first season. We'll see if he can help strengthen our backline. The 29-year-old will join here at Aston Villa and be a part of this semi-new backline. And just a little bit over halfway point of this season, obviously, we get through the Champions League game 7 and 8, so we go to February 1st now on these rebuilds. We currently sit 5th in the league, which is good enough. Now, in real life, at the end of the season, this would become a Champions League spot because of England and, honestly, Arsenal's success in the Champions League alongside Aston Villa's little bit of success and Tottenham, Man United, and Chelsea's success in the lower competitions of European football. It would go to 5th, but in-game it's not coded like that, so 5th is still Europa League. So we are currently 2 points off the Champions League spot. Currently winning the league, shockingly, it is actually Arsenal, sitting 1 point ahead of Manchester City. I do expect Manchester City or Liverpool to win the league. Really Manchester City, to be honest. It's either Manchester City, you get a rare one where you get Arsenal, and then when you get like 10 to 15 seasons deep, you might get a rogue one like Wolves and something like that. I think we've seen that in the 16-year-old rebuild as well. FA Cup, we are into round 4. We have Oxford United, so we're still good in that. We are in the semifinals of the Carabao Cup. We're taking on Manchester City, but the big deal is the Champions League. I think I just seen we was in the playoffs. We are in the playoffs. We finished 13th in the league phase. 4 wins, 1 draw, 3 losses. We finished roughly, 2 points off of the top 8. In the top 8 are Barcelona, PSG, Manchester City, Real Madrid, Arsenal, Borussia Dortmund, Celtic, and Inter Milan. Besides Celtic and Real Madrid and Man City, that's about realistic, to be honest. The Europa League, we don't care about that. Who do we actually play in the Champions League? 'Cause I didn't see that. We play Feyenoord in the Champions League playoff there. So honestly, we should be able to get past that. So we are going to go ahead and simulate through that here and hopefully get past that. First leg here of the Champions League round of 16. I'm so confident we are simming it through the calendar. A 2-1 win over Feyenoord. Well, the second leg come up in a week's time as we pick up a 2-0 win against Ipswich Town in our quest for Champions League football. And second leg here, Feyenoord pick it up. We do win 5-4 on aggregate, so we are at least into the next round of the Champions League. But it got close, a 3-3 draw, in fact, so, I mean, in control of it. But we are into the next round of the Champions League. We did go ahead and draw in the Cup, which means we are in the next round of the Cup, aka the final. That is the final against Liverpool. But now we get thrown in the round of 16, and we have to take on the Spanish Giants in Real Madrid. So that is fun. Oh, in first leg, no Ollie Watkins. He's out with the red card suspension. I wonder who's going to play striker. I'm not going to find out. I'll let the AI do it. A 1-1 draw. Cash in the 37th minute. Mbappe in the 41st. Daniel Malen played striker. And we go back to the Bernabeu with a 1-1 draw. That is good enough for us. Now, the bad thing is, we did just get knocked out of the FA Cup to Luton Town. So that, or not Luton Town, to Blackpool. So that is not really good. And in Champions League, round of 16, the second leg, will we have a remontada? It's not really a remontada, it's tied on level. We go to penalties and we don't see it out. Real Madrid, by their skin of their teeth, knock off Aston Villa, and the Unai Emery effect is in full flow. Knocked out of the FA Cup, now knocked out of the Champions League in the round of 16. We just got to hope we can possibly win this Carabao Cup and then maybe win, or not win the league, but get into first place, into the top 4 of the league, I should say. So let's go ahead and quick sim pass this game here against Liverpool, and then we'll see at the end of the season. It's Liverpool versus Aston Villa at Wembley in the Carabao Cup, and it is a 2-1 loss. Mohamed Salah lifts up the Carabao Cup trophy. Well, then on to the rest of the season. I'll see y'all there. Hopefully we're in Champions League football. And we go ahead and wrap up the league season. We finish in third, which means another Champions League season for us come season 2. Arsenal hold out. They do not bottle it. They finish first in the league. They lift their first Premier League trophy since that 2003-2004 invincible season. Going down are the 3 teams that will be going down in real life: Leicester, Ipswich, and Southampton. This time a little bit more successful than Southampton, even though they are still sitting bottom of the table. In real life, they are struggling. More successful in this season as well is actually going to be Manchester United and Tottenham, both in the single digits, where if you go look in real life, 16, 17, about as realistic as you can get for them. Liverpool, they do not win the league title, but they do go ahead and wrap up the top 4. Chelsea finishing in 5th, and that drop up from 5th to 6th is massive. 74 points to 59 is absolutely absurd. Now, what we are going to do is going to be losing Marcus Rashford and Nathan Ake, so that is devastating there. Do we sign Marcus Rashford on a permanent deal? It looks like we might have lost Asensio. I don't know. Was Asensio a permanent deal? I don't remember if Asensio was a permanent deal. By looking at this, I don't think he was. He was not. So he must have got recalled in January. Ollie Watkins finished up the top goal scoring with 28 goals. Daniel Malen had 23, and Marcus Rashford had 20. So our main front 3 scored all the goals. And the first signing of Season 2 goes to a right back. This time, again, strengthening our back line. Achraf Hakimi, welcome to Aston Villa. Welcome to the Unai Emery Armory. And let's go ahead and bring you in for $75 million. And the second player we bring in is Matthijs de Ligt over from Manchester United. The Dutch defender is looking to rejuvenate his career after killing it going over to Man United. So welcome to Aston Villa. You will lead a successful Champions League charge for us. Let's see what you can do. And in the Premier League, halfway through the season, we sit 7th. Wow, we are struggling in the league so far. No Marcus Rashford. Champions League, we are in the playoffs again, finishing in 12th, finishing 2 points off the playoff spot. Once again, the playoff spots is Borussia Dortmund, Manchester City, Real Madrid, Inter Milan, AC Milan, Bayern Munich, PSG, and Liverpool. We get FC Porto in the playoff round. Where did they finish? They finished 17th, 3 points behind us. We should be able to get past them. Should. First leg of the playoffs. It's a 1-1 draw. And I simmed one day too far somehow, and we win 4-2 on penalties in the Champions League. So we are into the next round of Champions League. I simmed one day too far, I guess. And we get AC Milan in the round of 16. Champions League round of 16. The first leg is up and against Mr. AC Milan. A 2-2 draw. Rafael Leao and Jimenez open up the scoring to take a 2-0 lead. And then Jacob Ramsey and Ollie Watkins come back and get a 2-2 draw at home for the Villa boys. Away to Italy up next. And the second leg of the Champions League round of 16 goes to the way of Aston Villa. Tielemans in the 86 minutes, a player I nearly replaced in the summer, sends us to the next round of the Champions League. We knock down an Italian giant and move on to the quarterfinals. Champions League quarterfinals, we have Manchester City. So we stay in England for both legs, but over to Manchester for the first one, and it's a 2-1 loss. Rodrigo and Erling Haaland scoring in back-to-back, where Tielemans opened up the scoring for the game, but a 2-1 loss going back to Villa Park. It's still doable. It really is still doable. We are sitting 6th in the Premier League, 6 points off of the top 4. Do we have any games in hand? The answer is no. In fact, teams have game in hand against us, which is not good. We go ahead and draw the second leg. I was on a phone call and yeah, been a beam, bada boom. We draw the second leg 1-1, which means we are out of the Champions League once again into the quarterfinals. But next season, we can hopefully, well, we got to get there first. I don't know if we will get there. We got to get some performances under the way and then maybe get into the top 4. And by the skin of our teeth, we get Champions League football by 2 points. The boy has managed to recover it. Unai Emery, your job is safe. Crystal Palace is going down. Burnley and Luton Town are also being sent back down to the Premier League. Leeds United avoid the yo-yo by 1 point, and they will experience a second season of Premier League football. Let's see who our top goal scorer was of the club for season number 2. And then we'll get into season 3 where hopefully, oh my lord, 37 goals for Ollie Watkins. Morgan Rogers had 18. Danya Mullen had 15. Jacob Ramsey had 7. So maybe Marcus Rashford, it's time to possibly come back. And we needed to replace Zubamendi. We needed to replace Tielemans, so we bring in Zubamendi. And in fact, it's a straight up swap. No cash involved. Tielemans versus for Zubamendi. So welcome to the club, Mr. Zubamendi. That pretty much means we saved quite literally around 40 to 50 sterling on this deal. So the 216 budget we still have, we can still use to improve the rest of the team. And we make a massive statement signing. We needed to bring a left winger in. We were going to look to bring in Marcus Rashford back into the squad after the first season stint. But no, we looked for bigger and better things with our bigger and better budget. So Rafael Leao will join over from AC Milan. If you can't beat him, you might as well join him, Rafael Leao says. So he will join the team that knocked him out of the Champions League last season. Welcome to the squad, Rafa. Halfway through season number 3, the boys are at top. We are leading the Premier League, currently 1 point ahead of the Chelsea. We are looking good there. If we can win the Premier League, that would be a successful rebuild. We are again once in the FA Cup round 4. Carabao Cup. We are unfortunately not in that. The Champions League, we are in the playoffs once again. This time missing out on playoffs by goals or by head-to-head or something like that. Goal difference, head-to-head, something. We finished with 15 points. 8th finished with 15 points. Your top 8 are Inter Milan, Liverpool, Bayern Munich, AS Monaco, PSG, Atletico Madrid, Galatasaray, and Athletic Club Bilbao. So that is cool. Only one English team in the top 8. Any big teams that have missed out? The first team out is RB Leipzig. Napoli go ahead and miss out on the next stage. Benfica finishing in 35th with 0 wins. That interesting to see there. The playoffs, we face off against Villarreal, who finished on, where did Villarreal finish on? They finished on 18th with 12 points. So we should be able to get past Villarreal, but we will go by game by game. And no Morgan Rogers for the first leg here against Villarreal, but that does not matter because Zubamendi and Kamada, our DMs, getting the job done in the first leg, 2-1. Second leg, Morgan Rogers is back. He's 87 overall, and he's back. And McGinn, the 31-year-old, scoring the deal sealer. Zubamendi with a brace across both legs, and McGinn making it 4-1. And we are into the next round of the Champions League. We get AS Monaco in the round of 16. It's the first leg at home, and it's a 1-1 draw. It's Ollie Watkins in the 88th minute with the equalizer. Second leg, we go there a little bit scared and a little bit on our toes. Second leg here against AS Monaco in a 3-1 win. Ollie Watkins, Morgan Rogers, and Leon Bailey getting the job done. And Aston Villa are on to the quarterfinals for the second time in a row. And in the quarterfinals, we go ahead and get faced off against Athletic Club Bilbao. Atletico Madrid get PSG. Barcelona versus Arsenal. Preview of the final. Bayern Munich versus Slavia Praha in there. So we get one relatively easy here, but still difficult in a 2-1 win at home. Ollie Watkins and Morgan Rogers on the score sheet. Second leg here against Athletic Bilbao, a 3-0 win. Morgan Rogers, Rafael Leao, and Ollie Watkins on the score sheet. Vamos! First leg here, and it's against Bayern Munich in the semifinals of the Champions League, and it's a 1-1 draw. So back to Villa Park, tied on aggregate. We will absolutely take that. Second leg here, no Ollie Watkins. He's injured. That is not good for us, but it is good for us. We are into the final. Rafael Leao sending us to the final in the 87th minute after Rafinha thought he had the equalizer to push it to extra time. Leao scores 2 minutes later. He also has a brace, and in fact, he has a hat-trick. It's a hat-trick hero for Leao, and we are into the final of the Champions League in our 3rd season. Vamos! And we'll be taking on the Arsenal. It's Arsenal versus Aston Villa in the final. But before we get to that Champions League final, we have the FA Cup final here against Manchester City at Wembley. No Ollie Watkins still. Can we get the job over the line? The answer is no. Marmoush scored the 83rd minute, essentially a winner, because Daniel Mullen instantly scored there, but we did not have enough time to get a second after Erling Haaland opened up the scoring in the first half. We lose the FA Cup final. However, there is still a chance for us to get silverware other than the Champions League. We currently sit first in the Premier League with 2 games left to go. And those 2 games are against Newcastle and Manchester City. So not easy games at all. Newcastle are in 9th. Manchester City are in 3rd. They are looking to possibly win the Premier League title. In fact, they actually cannot win the Premier League title. They can just stop us from winning the Premier League title. The question is Ollie Watkins going to be back fit in time for the Champions League final? The answer is no. A torn hamstring means he is out and his season is done. Well, we just need 2 wins from these last 2 games to lift that trophy. Can we do it? We start off against Newcastle United. We win 4-2. A massive, in fact, actually we win 2-1. I guess we won 4-2 on total aggregate of both the season. Manchester City into the league to win it. We lose 3-1. We lose 3-1 in the Champions League. Do we still win the league? Is that win against Newcastle enough to do it, or will we bottle it? We have enough to do it. Chelsea bottled the chance to possibly equalize and maybe get the top of goal difference. So we are your Premier League champions. At least there is that. The top 4 is Chelsea, Man City, and Liverpool. Man United, Arsenal, and Tottenham wrap up the top 6 outside the top 5, or top 4 I should say. Leeds United had a more successful second season of Premier League football, and going down, straight back down, is Sunderland and Ipswich. Nottingham Forest go ahead and get relegated as well. Who got promoted? Leicester City, was it Leicester City got promoted? Brentford, no, not Brentford. Maybe Leicester City got promoted and they finished in 11th, something like that. Maybe Bournemouth. It doesn't matter, it's Champions League football up next. Champions League final. It's Arsenal versus Aston Villa. This obviously can't happen in real life, but however, that Arsenal team can. And on the day of recording this, the day of recording it, we are playing PSG in the first leg in a couple of hours, in 4 hours time to be exact. Well, 3.5 really. It's Champions League glory. You can see there, their team doesn't look too crazy different. I've seen Mika Marino, I've seen Bukayo Saka, Martinelli, Benjamin Sesko as a striker. My lord, that'd be a miracle. I think that's Kai Havertz still next to Michael Marino. It could not be as well. But David Raya, Martin Odegaard, Ricardo Calafiore. I don't know who that number 6 is. I think number 2 is Simicon possibly. But yes, we go obviously with our best 11, obviously with Daniel Mullen at striker and Leon Bailey out on the right, since Ollie Watkins is out injured for the rest of the season, breaking his or tearing his hamstring. But let's get into the Champions League final here at Portugal and see who comes out on top after 90, possibly 120 minutes. Benjamin Sesko into Gabriel and Martinelli now down the left-hand side for the Arsenal. Stopped initially by Hakimi. Martinelli will pick it back up into Mikel Merino, the make-up striker who's now back at center mid on this game. Into Martinelli, into Benjamin Sesko, and Emiliano Martinez comes up massive with his first save of the day. Mikel Merino into Benjamin Sesko, and Arsenal will strike first. It's Benjamin Sesko who gets it past Emiliano Martinez, and the Gunners will take the lead early here. And Davies to try and level it. It's stopped by David Raya. He'll get his own rebound and he'll find the back of the net. And the left back, Alphonso Davies, will equalize here for Aston Villa. Arsenal's lead did not last long. The shot there, David Raya actually did well. And then just kind of, it was spillage. Nobody was there to clean it up. David Raya out of position. And Alphonso Davies is just able to slot it down the middle into the back of the net. 1-1, game on. Saka into Martin Odegaard. His shot is wide. Mullen into Morgan Rogers. Morgan Rogers into Leon Bailey. And Leon Bailey now on his left foot. Shot is blocked. Rafael into Alphonso Davies. Can we get one right before the break here? Alphonso Davies going to use his pace to at least get down the byline. The question is, though, nobody's with him. He will find Rogers, and Rogers will find Johnny. Rogers will get it back, and he'll find Johnny again, and we'll go halftime. 1-1 here at the halftime break here in the Champions League final. Martinelli, Saka, Bukayo, Benjamin, and oh my lord, what a goal that is. Benjamin Sesko and Arsenal start the second half as they mean to go on. It's a 2-1 lead. Benjamin Sesko with an outrageous finish here in the Champions League final. And the Gunners take the lead here with still roughly 45 minutes left to go. Keon Tierney gets subbed off for someone for Ben White. It's Daniel Mullen on the corner. It's straight to Arsenal shirt, but the deflection will fall for Morgan Rogers. And Aston Villa will draw level. A stroke of luck is all we need. And Aston Villa make it 2-2. Don't know what this camera replay angle is, but a wicked deflection. Both Arsenal players going for the header to try and clear it, confuse each other. It falls perfectly to Morgan Rogers' foot, and he taps it into the back. He doesn't tap it, he blasts into the back of the net. David Raya just confuddled by it, and 2-2 with 19 minutes left to go. And Martinelli into Bukayo. And Bukayo Saka now into Odegaard, into Benjamin Sesko, who's on a hat trick. It's wide. Zubimendi, Rafael Leao. 5 minutes left to go. Whoever scores next will win it. It's Rafa Leao on the ball into Daniel Mullen. And Daniel Mullen, he has a shot. He takes a shot. He scores, and Aston Villa will win. Daniel Mullen with goal of the rebuild. And Aston Villa are leading 3-2 here in the Champions League final. Daniel Mullen with an outrageous winner here in Benfica's home ground. Oh my lord, I wish it played a better angle, but that is an outrageous finish from Daniel Mullen right here. A better angle. I mean, I figured he was always going to shoot the AI, but I didn't think it would be like that. An outrageous goal for Daniel Mullen. Wow. It's Benjamin Sesko. He's trying to get into some free space here, but Zubimendi is not allowing it. It's Alphonso Davies cross. It's blocked. It's De Ligt. He'll win it. Second ball headed away. Game over. Aston Villa are your Champions League winners here against the Arsenal. They bottle it. God, I hope that don't happen in real life. But Arsenal go ahead and lose. Aston Villa go ahead and win. And how fitting is it that Unai Emery, the man that Arsenal sacked for his lack of winning in European competitions in the Premier League, go ahead and gets his revenge in the best way possible by beating Arsenal in the Champions League final, the most prestigious club tournament there is. He gets it done. It's Aston Villa 3, Arsenal 2. And who's going to be able to lift that trophy? Is it Zubimendi or is it De Ligt or Martinez? I think it is Zubimendi. It is not Zubimendi. It is Emiliano Martinez, the goalkeeper at the back there. He will be the one to lift that Aston Villa trophy. The former Arsenal player as well, who where if Mappe didn't earn any Bernardo, Emiliano Martinez would be a nobody. He goes ahead and lifts that Champions League trophy. That's going to be it for this rebuild. If you did enjoy it, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. Until Friday, peace out.